difficulties, you wouldn't believe the shit I get for this part of my training. Okay, so that's the A's explained. Now we're moving on to the D's. The D's are various levels of difficulty. Now personally, I don't think things are any more difficult for a dog to learn than something else. Most of the things we teach dogs are not things they do naturally, so you can look at it as if everything is a little bit difficult, but they're amazing creatures and I don't think they find anything difficult really with the right direction. So we'll look at the first one. The first one is distraction. Now obviously a distraction is anything that might distract your dog from what you're doing. So what a lot of people will do is they'll train something. Let's take a sit, for example, in the kitchen. Now not everyone does this, but a lot of people will give you this advice on the internet or in real life, and they'll train the thing in the kitchen until it's what they call proofed. As in, you say sit, the dog sits every time in the kitchen. In fact, what you really should do, and this is another thing that I don't do, because I know it works, but I'm just too lazy, is never name anything till you love it. Okay, so if you're training a sit, basically what you do is you can capture it, or you can shape it, or you can lure it. So let's take luring for example. You lure the dog into a sit and you're given a physical cue. Okay? Then what you do is you abbreviate the physical cue so it's quick, and once you know that the dog is going to sit, when you do the smallest movement, that's when you start saying sit. And the word sit has got to come before the physical cue. If you put the physical cue and say sit at the same time, won't work. If you do the physical cue and then say sit, you're still going off the physical cue, but that's kind of a sideline. So let's pretend you know all that anyway, which a lot of you probably do. So what they'll do is they'll do it in the kitchen until the dog sits. The dog sits when you say sit, with no physical cueing, maybe with your back turned to the dog sideways. I mean, these are good ways of training your dog. If you've got all the time in the world, you've only got one dog and you're not really bothered how long it takes to learn it. So let's pretend that they've got that situation. Then maybe they'll move it out into the backyard and then do exactly the same. Now obviously this is going to be quicker because the dog vaguely knows sit, or may even know sit. It could take you one go. Then maybe they'll do it in the street outside, then the park, blah blah, until they've proofed it everywhere. Okay? Then maybe what they'll do is they'll add distraction. Now some people will add distraction in the kitchen. That's a good idea. Okay? And it may be just a little distraction, like somebody else in the room. And then they may add some more distraction, like a dog. Then they may add some more distraction, kids screaming, toys on the floor, etc., etc. Now that's a good way to deal with distraction. However, I don't do it. Why don't I do it? Because I've worked out over the years that I can get away with completely ignoring distraction. I don't even let it enter my head because it doesn't enter the dog's head. Why doesn't it? Because I have worked so much on attention and attitude, and that doesn't mean that I've done it all the time over and over and over again. I've done it efficiently so that the dog's work ethic is spot on, okay? And the dog's focus, which I hardly ever speak about, but put it in anyway, is on me. It's not on anything else, it's on me and what we're doing. So that was a quick video. I'm going to show you an example of this. This is Rosie on her second session, learning some stuff in a highly distractive situation. First time she's seen cars. She really likes people. She's a hyper-social butterfly dog. She likes other dogs. There's other dogs present, tied up outside the shop. There's things flapping around in the wind. There's all manner of distractions, both appealing and also non-appealing. You've got to remember sometimes distractions can be something that the dog doesn't like. Okay? And so that's that. I'll put the video on, and that's how I deal with distraction. I don't. Okay, so did it work? Well, I'm just going to chuck up another quick video of Rosie, probably her third or fourth, I think fourth time in civilization with loads of distractions. And as you can see, she's paying zero attention to any of them. She's just doing what we're doing. Okay, see you in the next bit.
Good girl. Oh, what you got, huh? What you got? You got a rope? Ready? Sit down. Keep. Good. Double. Yes. Good girl. You want to play with Mammy?
Stop spitting it out at me.
Sorry that video was so long, but it's a subject that needs a lot of attention. Not.